Surprised to see a father in the room, instead of a mother, she said nothing. She came right up to Trixie and squeezed her hand. "You're already being very brave. All I'm going to ask you to do is keep that up." She handed a form to Daniel and asked him to sign it, explaining that because Trixie was a minor, a parent or guardian had to authorize the collection and release of information. She took Trixie's blood pressure and pulse and made notes on her clipboard. Then she began to ask Trixie a series of questions. "What's your address? How old are you? What day did the assault occur? What approximate time? What was the gender of the perpetrator? The number of perpetrators?" Daniel felt a line of sweat break out under the collar of his shirt. "Have you douched, bathed, urinated, defecated since the assault? Have you vomited, eaten or drunk, changed clothes, brushed your teeth?" He watched Trixie shake her head no to each of these. Each time before she spoke, she would glance at Daniel, as if he had the answer in his eyes. "Have you had consensual intercourse in the last 5 days?" Trixie froze, and this time, her gaze slid away from his. She murmured something inaudible. "Sorry," the doctor said. "I didn't quite get that." "This was the first time," Trixie repeated. Daniel felt the room swell and burst. He was vaguely aware of excusing himself, of Trixie's face, a white oval that bled at the edges. He had to try twice before he could maneuver his fingers in a way that would open the latch of the door. Outside, he balled his hand into a fist and struck it against the cinder block wall. He pummeled the cement again and again. He did this even as the tears came and a nurse led him away, to wash the blood off his knuckles and to bandage the scrapes on his palm. He did this until he knew Trixie wasn't the only one hurting. Trixie wasn't where everyone thought she was. She might have physically been in the examination room, but mentally she was floating, hovering in the top left corner of the ceiling, watching the doctor and that other woman minister to the poor, sad, broken girl who used to be her. She wondered if they knew that their patient was a husk, a shell left behind by a snail because home didn't fit anymore. You'd think someone who'd been to medical school would be able to hear through a stethoscope that somebody was empty inside. Trixie watched herself step onto a sheet of white paper with stiff, jerky movements. She listened.